Guys, hello, and welcome to your February videos, and welcome to Aquarius season, where, needless to say, things get a bit weird and strange and otherworldly. So, as always, guys, I have a little intro video for you, and I want to explain the look. Where my Naruto fans at? Got my little headband. So, I would have loved to dress up like an alien or some sort of weird figure for you guys, but I'll have to save that for when I get further in my journey. But what I was able to do is bring out my mist headband. And of course, you know me, I love themes, I love symbolism. So in my videos for February, I'm going to be wearing this mist headband. This is a Naruto headband for those of you who are Naruto fans. I am going to say I have not watched Naruto as much as I would like to. But this headband was given to me as a gift by a Gemini, my Gemini brother-in-law, and it was years ago. I had no idea really what it meant, but it was so cool. And my brother, he always wore a leaf one. He always wore one, so I always took an interest in that. Like, ooh, what's on your head? Like, that's so cool, you know. So he gave me one, and it just kind of gained depth over the time. You know, I'm a water sign. Gemini is an air sign, and this is mist. So mist is kind of air and water together. And guys, we are in a very misty time as we speak today. So I thought it would be really, really cool to bring out my mist headband, put it right over my third eye. You might not be able to see me in all the videos. I think it's just going to be my hands this month again. But I will be wearing this mist headband over my third eye as a symbol to communicate emotions. It's like emotional intellect. And I think that this month, guys, you know, Aquarius and Pisces, we share the month of February. And, you know, right now as I record these, it's February 12th. And you'll probably be seeing these around the 14th or the 15th. I wanted to get the video up. I always upload my videos around the 15th of the month. So you'll probably be seeing this within the next couple of days. And, you know, I was just kind of thinking about the energies this month, and they're very, very strange. Okay, that's why I started the video out with the weird sci-fi, you know, music, because it's a very strange time. Aquarius, I believe, we're going to be talking a lot about Aquarius season. I'm going to talk more about Pisces season in March, but, you know, water and air are very much meeting up. In fact, there's always an air sign on the zodiac wheel before a water sign, like Gemini, Cancer, you know what I mean, or Libra, Scorpio. So water, air always brings in water in our universe. And Aquarius and Pisces symbolize the last two zodiac signs of the wheel. We have Aquarius, the 11th house of groups and community, humanitarian, friends, all of that. And then we have Pisces, the 12th house. Astrologers often group Pisces and Aquarius together. Aquarius is the water bearer. So in the star card, which might come up in our videos this month, we have the lady who pours water on land and pours water in the pond, because Aquarius is a multitasker who nourishes both the past and the future. So there's that kind of duality there of the multitasking, of the both pouring of the water. And I always thought it was interesting that Aquarius is the water bearer, and then it's like Aquarius pours the water that Pisces swims in. And Pisces is the 12th house. It's the subconscious house. It's the last house of our zodiac. We are headed into that time, guys. On February 19th, the sun will enter Pisces, and a lot is going to shift, all right? We have an Aquarius eclipse. And so since we're headed into the astrology portion of the intro video, I'll just go ahead and share with you what I have here. So I wanted to talk briefly about that eclipse that happened on January 31st. It happened at the last day of January. We had two moons last month. I do believe we'll have two moons this month as well, because that's how the months are kind of lining up energy-wise. That eclipse was pretty gnarly. Okay, we're entering eclipse season now, and we have another eclipse on the 16th, I believe. On the 15th, I'm sorry, and that'll be a solar eclipse. So we kind of, we had a Leo eclipse back in August 2017, And those energies were kind of closed out by the lunar eclipse in Leo on January 31st. Very life changing, you guys. That eclipse was very much intense for me. It was in my sixth house. So, and Leo is the fifth house of our whole universe. So it had everything to do with our authentic selves. I actually have a video where I talk a little bit about the eclipse, and I will be putting another video up for the solar eclipse. The solar eclipse on the 15th. So if you want to check that video out, more about that lunar eclipse, then go ahead and check my other videos out. But I did want to talk briefly about those changes. Okay, guys, I'm going to be talking more about that eclipse in each of our videos for our zodiac sign. So go ahead and if you want to stand by, and definitely more information coming about that. So the major shifts happening this month, I would say we have a lot of Aquarius energy. For the first half of the month, we had Venus in Aquarius, which is very, very interesting. And Venus shifted into Pisces on February 10th, which was a couple days ago. So we've had this very Venusian, Piscean energy. Venus is in our 12th house subconscious of the universe. Very spiritual, very emotional, very sensitive and unconditional. I might talk a little bit more about that, but Venus is in Pisces, you guys. And she'll be there for, I think, until March sometime. And then, of course, we have Valentine's Day on the 14th, if any of you celebrate Valentine's Day. Now, see, with me, I don't really care too much for the holidays. They, as I get more spiritual, it gets harder and harder for me to, kind of follow these man-made holidays. But I do see them more as a ritualistic behavior. I see them more as, I always look at the holidays as a little bit deeper, like Christmas and Easter. I don't celebrate it like maybe the normal person would, but I do work with the energies. So this is all about love, right? Valentine's Day is all about love. I think it's just to make money. It's just like a huge marketing opportunity for companies, especially candy companies and card companies, but whatever. I guess you have to make your money somehow. So for me on Valentine's Day, I'll be doing a lot of Venus rituals. I'll be spreading a lot of love out into the divine universe, and I will be doing some surprise giveaways that day that I will just leave, and you'll find that out in a couple days, guys. So yes, we have Valentine's Day, kind of just moving down the line here. So we have an Aquarius new moon solar eclipse on the 15th. Very special day there, guys. I'm going to do a video all about those energies and what I think they'll mean for us. I did want to take a note here. I was researching. You want to be careful on Valentine's Day, guys, and you want to be careful on the new moon, because on that day we're going to have a very interesting aspect with Jupiter and Juno, okay? I will talk more about that in the Aquarius video and in the Scorpio video this month, and I will also talk about that in my new moon video. So if you're interested in that, you can do your own research, or you can just stand by, and I will definitely be coming out with some information there, okay? So we have the Chinese New Year on February 16th. We're going to be entering the year of the dog. So I have someone pretty close to me born in 1982, and there's other years as well, but so if you're born in 1982, you are year of the dog as well, but there are other years. It's very easy to find out your Chinese zodiac. I'm year of the boar. So, some of you may have that in common with me. And others of you may have year of the dog. Now, year of the dog is a very loyal, time. I believe that, the Chinese zodiac is a little bit different than the Western astrology, but I'm going to be doing a little bit more research. I just know that loyalty and obedience, that comes up a lot with the Chinese zodiac year of the dog. And if you are a dog, if you are born in the year of the dog, you're a very loyal person as well, very a strong confidant, just like a dog. It's very interesting, the symbolism there. So I wanted to mention that there. A lot of stuff going on for February, guys, and I'm just mentioning this because these are the shifts that we're going to be experiencing, right? So as we move on down, on the 17th, Mercury enters Pisces. Mercury is in Aquarius right now, guys, and he's been in Aquarius for a while, and he'll be there until the 17th. Now that's going to bring a lot of different aspects to our mental communication. It's going to bring that's Mercury meeting the subconscious, right? So we're going to have a lot to do with our We're going to have a lot of work to do with our conscious and our subconsciouses. I might even try to squeeze in a video about that. I have a lot of videos to put out this month. And then, of course, after the 17th, we have the sun entering Pisces, okay? So this is going to be interesting, you guys, especially for me. You know, I'm a Pisces, so this energy, I'm trying to utilize this as much as I can. The fact that I'm just pretty much on a different world, my subconscious is very much being called. A lot of planets are going to be entering Pisces, right? And this, see, Pisces is all zodiac signs. Pisces is all zodiac signs combined into one sign. So something I like to say about Pisces is that whatever is going on with Pisces, you want to pay attention to, because that's what's going on in the universe is subconscious. So just because the sun's in Pisces, it technically means that the sun is everywhere, right? Venus is in Pisces. That means Venus is everywhere. So no matter if you're a Gemini or you're a Cancer or if you're a Taurus, the energy is affecting you because Pisces has a little bit of each sign in them. You know what I mean? So very, very interesting season to be coming up on. You know, I would say the same about Aquarius, because Aquarius stands for community, and a community is a group of people. It's so interesting how these astrology signs and how astrology kind of maps out the way that our universe truly is. So we have that 11th house and we have that 12th house. So I definitely wanted to bring out my mist headband for the water air energy. And I definitely wanted to speak a lot about emotional intellect. I'll be talking about that a little bit more in the Aquarius new moon video. But it's a lot of emotion, guys. I think a lot of us are really searching for emotional clarity right now. You know, we could be having a heavy emotional thoughts right now. And that's because of the energy that Aquarius and Pisces share. You know, Aquarius and Pisces are very strange zodiac signs. We're very mysterious. We hang out at the bottom of the zodiac wheel, just chilling in our different realms. You know, Aquarius are the aliens, Pisces are the fairies, the mermaids, anything mysterious, mythological, anything that has to do with fantasy. So when we enter these sort of realms, you know, our mental states and our perceptions can get a little skewed. So you might want to grab a Pisces friend or an Aquarius friend around this time and just, you know, observe them, not in a creepy analytical way, but just try to, you know, jive with them. And, you know, if you study or take note of what a Pisces and an Aquarius is going through right now, you can kind of relate that to the collective. You can kind of relate that to our subconscious as a whole. So, you know, guys, very interesting time here. Very interesting time indeed. We are reaching the end of a cycle. Come Aries season next month, guys, we are going to be experiencing the astrological new year. I can't wait to talk more about that in March. And as far as the astrology portion goes, that's all that I have for you there. And of course, there's more weird stuff to talk about, but it has more to do with just the readings that I'm doing this month. So as far as the readings, I am seriously so excited because, you know, I'm a Pisces, you know, all this weird energy is going on right now. Well, I'm going to give you guys straight up intuitive readings. These readings are going to be straight up channeled, and I'm so excited. And now, for those of you who don't know what that means, it means that there is no structure. And, you know, I'm very, very psychic, especially around these times, guys. I'm coming up on my solar return. I'm going to be on Earth for another year. So these things are very, very, I'm very affected by these things is what I'm trying to say. I'm actually going to light some sage here for the collective. I actually was so excited that I did not sage before my video, but now we will sage together. So go ahead and breathe this in, and since I'm a Pisces, this is definitely available for you. Anyone who's watching, if you just need, I just burnt my nail. If you need any extra cleansing, anything like that, then just let it soak in, guys, because it's very important to cleanse around these times because there's so much energy coming in and out of our subconscious that you really just want to stay in tune with your own energy. And you want to stay in tune, especially this has everything to do with our intellect. It has everything to do with our subconscious. It has everything to do with our emotions, right? Pisces and Aquarius. February is so Aquarius, Pisces, you know, and those energies are literally a little bit difficult to explain, okay? So the way that I'm gonna do it is explain it by being my very weird self. And I'm not gonna really rehearse anything or make anything structured, because that's not how Pisces and Aquarius are. I mean, sure, Aquarius is a structured person, sure. But as far as what they know, as far as their knowledge, as far as the way they live their daily day life, they experience strange things, strange synchronicities, strange thoughts. And Pisces and Aquarius might not feel super strange, but people certainly observe us that way. And I love weird. I love being weird. I love being strange. So I'm going to have a lot of fun this month, guys, just straight up giving you a. I'm really going to dive into my intuition. So I have no idea what's going to happen in these videos, because I'm going to let the universe literally tap in and work with me. And I'm going to work with the universe, and I'm going to be doing a lot of spirituality. I'm going to really get heavy into the incense, heavy into my crystals and my rocks over here, maybe even with some candles. I mean, that's how potent these energies are this month. I really want to get creative and be just my natural Pisces self. I have Mercury in Aquarius. I have Mercury in Venus. Venus entered Pisces, so I'll be working with that Venus collective love and beautiful energy. Anything can happen, guys. I have no idea. So you're in for a surprise. I want to really tap into your guys' subconscious. That's what I want to call these readings. They're very channeled from the universe, freestyle. They're very subconscious. So I just want to know. I think actually I'm going to save that for March. That's what my mind was thinking about for March. But for this month, very channeled, intuitive messages. Because what I didn't mention yet is Aquarius is the 12th house of Pisces. Pisces is the 12th house on the zodiac wheel. They're number 12. We only have 12 zodiac signs, and I know that there's that 13th zodiac sign. I don't really follow that. I just follow the 12 houses of the universe, right? So the zodiac sign behind you is always your 12th house, because the zodiac sign that you are is always your first house. So Pisces is my first house, and if you move back one, then you find yourself in Aquarius. So Aquarius and I have a very interesting relationship. I can always talk very strangely with an Aquarius. We have very strange and intellectual conversations, and there's even a little bit of hidden emotion behind the conversations. And I don't know if that's just because I'm a Pisces, or if it's because I have a Capricorn rising, or if it's because see, Capricorn is Aquarius's 12th house. So when I get with an Aquarius, it gets very otherworldly. It gets very subconscious. It gets very in that realm. It's hard to explain. So welcome to my world, guys. I'm going to be really using that 12th house energy of Aquarius. The sun is going to be in Aquarius as I do these videos. So I really want to shed awareness on the spirituality of things, the creativity of things. It's all about using your imagination. So you're going to see that through me this month, and how I literally, usually I have some sort of structure or some sort of theme, and I love a good theme. But this month, the theme is to not have a theme. And it's to really just freestyle and see what messages come up with you guys. And, I won't know until until the cards come out and show me. And I like that, because that's usually how I read my own tarot anyways. I just kind of ask Spirit what's going on, and then I just kind of let the messages fall out, and then almost instantly I am aware of what Spirit is trying to say. So if you're into that kind of thing, then you've reached the right video. And I just want to wish Aquarius and the February Pisces a very happy birthday this month, you guys, and everyone a happy Valentine's Day. And also, congratulations to Aries and Aquarius. Once again, shout out to my Aquarius and Aries followers. You guys had the most likes. You guys had the most views. So keep in tune for your video. I will definitely be pulling some extra cards for you guys to reveal some hidden energies for you. So you guys get kind of a little treat there. But for everyone else, don't worry. There's definitely going to be, some surprises in there for you as well. So guys, that is what's going on. A lot of mysterious energy, even more mysterious in March. Really excited to do those videos after my solar return has passed, things like that. But I think that's it. I think that's it for the intro video. And other than that, buckle up, you guys. We are in a rocket. I'm imagining us in a rocket right now. We are about to blast off, and we are about to be abducted to a different realm where we can get some of the most amazing messages from spirit. So, guys, I hope you're ready. Buckle up, like I said, and enjoy your reading. See ya.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off.
Hey Aries. What's up, guys? Welcome to your February videos. I'm lighting an incense for you. Alright. So guys, not sure if you watched my intro video or not, but this month we are doing very, very intuitive readings. So, I'm really just going to be channeling anything that the universe wants to say to you guys for the month of February. Oh, 1 second here. I have these little note cards that I wanted to incorporate. And I wanted to talk to you, Aries, in the beginning of your video while I shuffle your cards about... Ooh, that incense is kicking, guys. I don't know if you can see that or whatever, but that energy is going for you. I'm going to have to put that out in a minute there. So, Aries, I wanted to talk to you about Uranus. Not your ass, but Uranus, the planet. Uranus has been in Aries for quite some time, and it will be kicking over to Taurus in March, I believe. But, you know, we've talked a little bit about Uranus in my past videos. Ooh, the Hermit card tried to pop out for you guys. Virgo energy. Or isolated energy. Some of you may be feeling very isolated, very maybe alone in your solitude. But that card's all about reflecting on your own inner light. So, Aries, Uranus is the ruling planet of Aquarius. And it's Aquarius season. So I think it's pretty interesting, and as I'm talking about Aquarius, I have the Aquarius card showing up. So, you know, that's all about, ooh, now I have the Pisces card showing up. So I'm seeing some messages already here for you guys. And that Pisces card could also be a Cancer card. It could also be the card coming up for the moon. We do have an eclipse. Ooh, okay, there you are. Aries is on the bottom of the deck, so you guys are ready. So I just want to talk a little bit more about Uranus. Uranus is all about being unique. It's kind of like electricity. You know, it definitely comes in. So if you guys have been feeling, you know, really taboo, like, you know, I'm just going to let my freak flag fly. You know, it's definitely all about being weird and strange and all of these things that Aquarius usually symbolizes. See, and the reason I'm saying that is because Uranus is literally the only planet in our zodiac that spins on its side. Okay? So, it's, in other words, it said, fuck you guys, fuck all you other planets. I am literally going to spin my own way because I symbolize what's strange. I symbolize what's weird. And also, guys, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Chiron. Because Chiron has been chilling in Pisces for a while, but within the next couple of months, it's going to be entering Aries. Now, you can do your own research about Chiron, but Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron is an asteroid in the sky, and there's also some Greek mythology that has to do with Chiron. Chiron is a healer, and he is one of the best healers. There's a story about him. But the ironic part about Chiron is that he could heal anyone but himself. So when Chiron comes into your sign, you kind of have that kind of mentality like, oh, I'm healing everyone else, but I can't heal myself. Nobody's healing me. Trust me, Chiron is in Pisces right now. And I don't even know how long it's been in Pisces, but it's been, you know, people say that Pisces is the martyr, meaning that they sacrifice themselves for people all the time and places and things. We're very sacrificial people. So Aries, you know, you just want to, I just think those of you who are interested, you should research Chiron and prepare for that to enter Aries. You know, it's going to affect our whole universe. It's going to affect the whole universe for Chiron to go into Aries, okay? So for those of you who are interested, you may want to just check out what the energy that Chiron has. Maybe I'll do a video maybe I can do a video for you guys about that, for everybody, to just kind of, you know, go over what some of these Chiron energies might bring. But other than that, guys, we're talking about your 5th house and your 11th house this year. I mean, this month. For February, it's all about the 5th house and the 11th house, which is Leo and Aquarius. So Leo is the 5th house, and on January 31st, you had a full moon in your house of pleasure, in your house of fun, your house of children, and even soulmates. So some of you could even be experiencing new pleasure. You know, maybe at the end of January, you want to take note of anything in your life that, you know, kind of was new or maybe ended, because full moons are completions and new beginnings. And we had that in your 5th house. So there may be certain things that don't cause you pleasure anymore. There may be new things that you're finding that cause you pleasure. So, you know, some of you could be quitting old habits or doing things that to really enhance, you know, the way that you know, experience pleasure in your life. So this is new things coming in, old things going out, you know. For example, some of you, you know, if I was an Aries, maybe for a long time, a certain food caused me pleasure. And then since I had a full moon in my 5th house, my pleasure was brought to the forefront of the universe. And now I'm finding new ways to experience pleasure. You know, so very important for you guys there to have that full moon in your house. And it's all about your heart as well. Everybody experienced something with the heart chakra the end of January, and we're still experiencing these energies. But as we get closer and closer to the 16th, we are experiencing more of the 11th house, which is Aquarius. And that's the whole thing is about Aquarius right now, because Aquarius is, the sun is there, and every Aquarius is experiencing a birthday. So this is a new moon. We're going to have a new moon on the 16th in the 11th house. So for you, Aries, that means that has everything to do with your community, where you live, groups of people that you're around, your peers, the people in your community, the people you live with, friends, family, all about being of service to those around you. It's all about your future, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams. So that's a very strong energy this month too. Hopes, wishes, and dreams. So that's a new moon. And unlike a full moon, the new moon is a time to really create intentions. It's every new moon is a seed. Okay? That's how I like to think of it. Every new moon is a seed for the universe. And when the moon is new, the universe is placing the moon underground. That's why you can't see the moon when it's new. So come February 16th, you can look outside and it's going to be dark. You're not going to see the moon. And the reason why it's dark is because, you know, the moon is hiding its light so that we can go inward and so that we can search and think about what we want for our future. Okay, so a great time to think about your future community, future groups of people, friends, wishes, you know, your goals, your dreams, Aries. So on the 16th, every new moon, I sit down and I write out my intentions. And what's going to happen is that there's going to be a Virgo full moon in March. So the universe is going to take the energy that we were using around the 16th and kind of bring it to a completion when the Virgo, and I'll talk more about that Virgo full moon in March. But the moon is interesting. You know, she goes from empty to full, she goes from new to full, and then she waxes and wanes. So, you know, I'm someone who follows the moon. So that's what the moon's doing this month. That's what the sun's doing this month. Come Pisces season, the sun is going to enter your 12th house. Okay, so in March, you're going to have a new moon in your 12th house of subconscious, and I can't wait to talk to you about that, Aries. But for now, we're going to save that for March, and we're going to get into your intuitive reading. So I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm just going to open up energy for the universe. So anything that you want to talk to Aries about for February 2018, universe, let's go. What do we need to talk to Aries about in February? Let's see what comes out for Aries. What comes out for Aries? The Ram for February. Ooh, 2018. So we had the Knight of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Death card come out. And then this chunk fell out. So I'm not going to read the whole chunk, but we do have the the Page of Pentacles. Very slow moving energy, but newfound value, right? This is about manifestation. So some of you could be really working on manifesting, pentacles are all about what's real, what's feelable, what you can see and what you can touch, right? Not like cups or like swords or wands. This is earth. And earth is very real and very grounded. So this guy here has found some sort of new value. He's found, this could be new finances, but I believe it's a little deeper than that. This is metaphorical for a new idea that you're really thinking about, or possibly the funds or the finances to create that new idea. But nonetheless, Aries, I do see that there's a hidden message here, and you're working really hard on that because we have two Pentacle cards here. This is, so you guys, some of you could be really focused on your finances right now, and you could be working on a new endeavor, because we see this guy here who has this new pentacle and he's lifting it up like, I can find, like, this is a dream you have, this is a goal you have, a wish that you're really starting to make tangible. Maybe you're starting to, so if you're an artist, and this is just an example here, but this is the artist, this is someone who woke up at night, I really want to start painting, and hey, maybe I can even sell my paintings. So what this energy means is, this is when you get the idea to paint, but this is when you go get the canvases, and when you go get the paint, and when you go get the paintbrushes, and you start making a studio, and you get the easel and all of that. And then this is the energy where you literally start working. So you can take that metaphor and think of it, whatever. There's lots of Aries who watch this video. So whatever it is, Aries, I do see that if you haven't found some sort of new value, this new real idea that you can touch and see, you're gonna tap into something like that in February, and you're gonna start working on that. And if for others of you, this is about working on your finances. This is about some sort of new job opportunity or new financial opportunity that really allows you to work hard. You see this guy here, he's seriously so independent, and he is literally an entrepreneur. He makes his own coins. He doesn't wait for someone else to make his coins. He doesn't ask anybody else for money. So this is literally creating money basically out of nothing. So you get this idea, and it could be an idea that makes you money. It could be an idea that's of value. So what I mean by that is that this idea is of value to either you or others. It's very resourceful. So I see that Aries is being quite resourceful this month. So we have that Page of Pentacles, and we have these three cards here. So the first card that I saw was the Knight of Swords. So this card is an air energy. So mentally, you guys could be feeling pretty much like this knight, wanting to charge forward. And some of you might be dealing with mental confusion, because when I see the Knight of Swords, I always see those clouds and behind him, right? So, one second, Aries. I just want to focus and not be drowned out by this incense. So I'm going to put that out because it's very, very divine in here now. Very beautiful energies for you. So back to this Knight of Swords. Charging forward. So, mentally you could be really thinking about charging forward, especially away from anything that isn't mentally clear to you. And that might have something to do with this Page of Pentacles. So you might be charging forward, especially any Aries who don't feel, if you've been feeling like you're not financially where you want to be or where you're meant to be, then you might be charging forward towards an idea, or I guess I should put it this way, could be charging forward right to that new idea. So I see you mentally charging forward to a more grounded state. I mean, Aries, you definitely have a lot of pentacles. I see the Two of Pentacles. Okay, and underneath that, I see the Three of Wands. So you're definitely thinking about your future in February. You're definitely thinking about your options. You're thinking about what it is that you need to do, what it is that this is someone who's literally in deep thought about all that he's been through and about all that he's going to go through. So you might be feeling a little nostalgic, I want to say. Really thinking about what it is that you want for this year. You know, your guys' birthdays are coming up closer and closer and closer to Aries season here. And you know, you might be thinking about who you are now and all that you've been through. And then we have the Temperance card here, right? So this is a fire energy. This is a Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a mutable fire sign though, guys. So, you know, this is Archangel Michael as well. And when I see a fire sign in in a reading for Leo or Aries, I really want to pay attention to the energy of this fire sign. So Sagittarius is all about patience. It's all about temperance, right? We have the Temperance card, which means to moderate. This is a card of balance. See the foot here? How one of his feet are in the water and one are on ground. So for you, Aries, this is about grounding your emotions. A lot of emotions coming in February with Pisces season. Doesn't help that Pisces is your 12th house. So, you know, a lot of emotions coming in for you, Aries, and you want to keep one foot on the ground, you know, and I don't usually advise this because, you know, emotions are meant to be felt, but feel them. Maybe part of you can feel these emotions, but just be careful, Aries, not to lose yourself because you're a very fiery sign, and water, it can put fire out, right? So you want to be careful about the emotional energies that are coming in, and just make sure that you're moderating. You see how these two cups are being poured from one another? So, you know, you want to take flight. Take flight with these energies and make sure you're using them passionately, right? This is a passionate energy. Look at the wings. These wings are filled with fire. So what I'm getting from this message for Aries is that you really want to take flight in February with fire and with the fire and the passion in your heart. And we have this triangle here in the middle of the chest of this card, and that is the fire symbol. This is the fire triangle. So there's some sort of trine going on with Aries this month and a lot of fire energy. But what I really want to say about this Temperance card is that you wanna be a little open at the same time, Aries. Maybe try something new. You know, maybe that's what in this situation, that's what the dipping the foot in the water means. You might be trying something a little new with emotions this month in February. All this Piscean energy, this Aquarius energy, you could really be trying something new emotionally, I'm seeing. And that might be where the taking flight with the fire of the wings. You know, you're on fire, Aries. And I don't know what you're thinking about or what you're doing, but you have some sort of new value coming in February, and it really does kind of light your wings up. You know, you're ready to fly. You're feeling very passionate. So any ideas, anything that's making you feel that passionate energy, mutate with it. This is a mutable fire energy. So Sagittarius can kind of be anything they want to be. They're fire too, but they're mutable. So they can change into different things. So I think this is about being a little bit of everything in February for you. And you may have some decisions coming up, you know, decisions that have to do with very, you know, betraying energies in your life. We have the Two of Swords and the Seven of Swords. So, you know, I see that there's something to do with walking away from a decision or walking away mentally. Okay, what I see here is the walking away from a mentally confused energy. So Aries, some of you have been feeling very trapped emotionally, blindfolded. You see how this woman is blindfolded? She's very stuck where she is. And I always see this as emotional confliction. And I did tell you that a lot of those emotions are going to be coming in. So around that new moon, you see that crescent moon up there in the sky. We see all this water behind this woman. And she has blindfolded herself in order to heighten all of her other senses. And she has these swords. So this is very mental. This is like a mental crossroad. So if you're not feeling that in February, then this is an energy that's coming up for you to remember a time that you did feel like this. And it's coming up with this Seven of Swords. So I do think that you're going to gather up all the thoughts that you have and literally walk away from this mentally confused energy. And in order to do that, Aries, I do think that you're going to have to put your feet in the water a little bit. You're going to have to get yourself involved in some of the emotions that you have blinded yourself to. There's some sort of emotional experience that you tried to avoid or you're trying not to see, but it's there, Aries, and it's in your 12th house, and it's going to be there. You're going to be able to feel it subtly but surely all month long, and perhaps even in your birthday month of March. But I'm seeing that you just pick up the thoughts that you do have. Because here, someone was stuck about a thought for a very long time. Should I do this? Shouldn't I do this? Which way should I go? You're very conflicted about a person or about a place or about a thing. But I do see that in this card, I see that you just pick up the thoughts that you do have, because these are two very mental energies, but they're also communication. So you could be having some pretty guarded communication with someone, and I'm seeing that you should really let down the guard and let those emotions in. You need to emotionally communicate about the energy that you've been feeling, even if you feel that you're being mentally taken from or that you're being mentally betrayed. Okay, you guys could be really thinking about a time where you were betrayed or a time where you were experiencing very heavy mental thoughts. And instead of sitting with those thoughts, you really want to open up your heart and see that energy for what it is, because we have this eclipse energy, this subconscious energy coming in really, really fast, Aries. Really, really fast. Because this is the moon here. And this is also a Pisces or a Cancer card. So for some of you, you may have something to do with a Pisces or a Cancer coming in really fast. I mean, these arrows are kind of being shot from the moon. Can you see that there? So the moon is symbolic for what's hidden, symbolic for what's under the surface. It's your subconscious. And I do believe that this is talking about the eclipse. We have the sun and the moon here together. So on the 16th, there's going to be a lot of energy that's really needing a place to go. So what you do is you just aim it all in one direction so that you can start somewhere, Aries, because this is your energy. This is a fire energy, right? This is wands, and it's a very quick moving energy. So I see that there are emotions coming in very quickly. We have a lot of emotions coming in February anyways. So Aries, this moon is coming in very quickly. This Pisces or this Cancer, this subconscious energy, Pisces season. This is Pisces season coming in very quickly. This is feelings and emotions coming in very quickly. This is also passionate emotion. So I'm also seeing that, and we have new love here as well. For some of you, it might be someone who's from the past. Could be a Leo, right? So we have Leo and Sagittarius in your reading. So I'm seeing here that has a lot to do with the strength that you need to balance things out right now. The strength and the passion, right? Stabilizing that passion and also being mutable at the same time. So I'm not seeing Aries here, so that's interesting that your energy isn't really here yet, but there is such a need to balance because we have 3 balance cards on the table. Temperance, the 6 of Pentacles, and the 2 of Pentacles. The 2 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles surrounding the Temperance. So have the patience. For some of you, I do feel the need to tell you to be patient about a financial situation. Some of you are really juggling. Okay, these 2 cards here both have a lot to do with juggling finances. So for those of you out there who are really, having a hard time with the give and the take, feeling more taken from than you feel that you're being given, that could be why you're really conflicted with a certain energy, just sitting there, cross-hearted, and not feeling the emotion, because you're some of you are really experiencing some stress financially. But I see this as a reminder that things are going to balance out, Aries, because remember this Page of Pentacles that you have. This Page of Pentacles is a new financial opportunity. So if there's anything that can change this energy here, especially this guy, because look at the emotion behind him. A lot of ups and downs back there. And you just want to get your ship sailing, right? You just want to get your ship sailing. But your feet aren't even on the ground. And that's so interesting. Because with the Temperance card, there's a lot here to do with your emotional footing, Aries. And I'm being led to tell you that you really just want to put your feet in the water or on the ground. You have to choose one. If you're not grounded mentally, then you need to be grounded emotionally. So that's up to you guys to decide where it is in your life that you need to be grounded, because there's some focus here being put on your footing. Here we have 1 foot in the water and 1 on the ground. So I do see that some of you are balancing emotion and you're balancing logic and how you feel and what's real. And here the finances come in. Okay, this is someone who's trying to balance a financial situation. But another thing about this card is that this person is a little bit concerned, but they're actually dancing. And that is so Aries like. You know, fire signs are very exciting, they're very passionate, and they dance their way through life, even through the struggles. And this is a perfect card to come up for that energy. So, as far as the finances go, as far as something that you want, you might have been feeling something for a very long time, Aries. You might have been feeling something for a very long time and you really want it to passionately take off. Well, that is coming. And you're doing a great job by kind of putting on that happy face and dancing to the struggles, even if it's financial struggles. But these new ideas are going to flow in. And I'm just seeing here that you should have patience with it. You should have patience with it. And I do see a lot of twos here as well. We have the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. So some of you might have a financial decision. This has everything to do with logic and intellect. So it could be very, very much in your head right now, logically and mentally. And, you know, it seems a little stressed out for some of you. And we can't forget here that the Four of Swords came out. So let's go back here to the message that came out. Just give me 1 second here. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords. So I told you these readings were going to be very, very much subconscious, intuitive readings. So let's clean this up a little bit here and get back to your main message. I do see a lot of mental decisions coming up. And some of you could even be looking at something a different way. So here are the main three messages that we have. We have the Knight of Swords, rushing in. And perhaps everything that we just talked about, Aries, could be why you're rushing in, because I see that there's definitely something that you're not quite clear about in your head. And you want to be clear about it. So you know, we have this rush energy and this calm, relaxing energy. So part of you, well, okay, mentally, you might be feeling a little bit like this knight, you know, very protected, charging forward. No matter what you're charging towards, Aries, this could be very different things for all of you, but there's something you're charging towards in February, and possibly in March and April too, since I almost said those months. So this is almost like a battle going on mentally with you. And I do think it has something to do with a lot of change going on, and a lot about what's been going on inside your mind. But what I really see here is go, go, go energy, and I need to rest. So some of you really just need to rest, because I see this Four of Swords, and I'm very drawn to this Four of Swords now. This has everything to do with meditation, has everything to do with prayer and relaxation, rejuvenation. Make sure you're getting the rest that you need, Aries, because these are two sword cards that came up. So mentally, you're probably very tired, and you might be wondering how I know that, because you probably do a really good job at hiding that, because you're dancing through life. You're just dancing to the beat of your own drum, right, Uranus? Uranus is in Aries, and Uranus, it beats to its own drum. So you've been beating to your own drum because you're the first house of self. And Aries has everything to do with who they are. It's very important for Aries to know who they are and where they're going. So you're going towards a certain direction this month, but this message here is to just make sure that you are relaxing and that you're getting the rest that you need, Aries, because you don't want to tire yourself out. This might not be actual sleep. It might just be meditation. I see this more mentally with all these swords going on. I see this more of a mental relaxation that needs to take place. Like I'm getting some sort of spa. Like you guys just need to like zen out and light some candles. You know, maybe you've been really, really, really going. I see it, a lot of your energies like that. And this was the message that came out first. So Knight of Swords, Four of Swords, and then we have this Death card here. So there is a lot of transformation on the table for you, Aries. Your birthday's coming up. This is Scorpio. This is your sister sign. You guys are both ruled by Mars. Mars is in Sagittarius, okay? So that might be why the Sagittarius card showed up for you guys. I didn't think about that. But your ruling planet is Mars, the god of war. So, you know, Aries, I'm not sure if you know this about yourself, but you're always at war with something. And right now, it could be very well with your own mind. You could be at war with a certain transformation. Some of you might be wanting to transform your own self. And I'm seeing in the middle here that there's a certain rest that needs to take place. Maybe after you transform. Maybe there's going to be a transformation that takes place in February that you're going to need to rest afterwards. You know, especially a lot of the time when we transform physically or spiritually or emotionally, it takes the most amount of toll on our mental. So, you know, Aries, if you're going through a lot of really intense things, you want to keep in mind to nourish your mental status, because, you know, your mind is constantly going, constantly thinking of certain things. And, you know, as an Aries, you just want to charge forward towards this mental clarity, right? But you're being asked to take a rest because there's a huge transformation coming up for you. I see this more so in March, honestly. End of February, March, huge transformation. Certain things literally dying and shedding from you and no longer being that. And it's interesting that we have two horses. Okay, so there's a lot of action. A lot of action with Aries right now. And no wonder there's the card of rest in between these two horses. Because, you know, to transform is to literally, you know, it's action. Two horses. It's very pure action. Two white horses. But you're definitely going in many different directions. Part of you's going this way, part of you's going that way. So I do see that as well, that this horse is going this way, and this horse is going this way. So there's a sort of fast energy here in a very slow transformation that's coming. But what I really see here is that you want to rest because of these two things. Because of these two horses, because of this movement going on around you right now in February. A lot of movement going on around you, Aries. And you're being asked to at least rest mentally. If you physically have to work a lot, if you physically have to do a lot, then at least make sure your mind is sound. Make sure you're doing things that create bliss. And what I'm thinking here for you is just peaceful music, isolation, being by yourself. It's gonna really help you to be by yourself this month because you've been really charging forward towards certain things. And for some of you, you could even be resisting a transformation mentally, because I do see this Knight of Swords kind of charging away from the Four of Swords and the transformation card. So whatever is asking to be reborn in your life, Aries, you guys have everything to do with rebirth. The Pisces Aries cusp is the cusp of rebirth. So, and you know, you guys are going to be reborn when it's your birthdays in March and April. So a lot of rest coming up for you, because I see that a lot is transforming. There is this transformation creeping up on you guys. I think you guys have been able to feel it. That everything's about to change, right? This is the card of change. This is the card of transformation. And I just want you to know that after all these changes take place, even in your mind, whatever's left over is what's truly meant to be in your life. So whatever dies and whatever leaves, just know that you can't think of it as death. It's really transformation. This card talks all about what happens after death. Right? Energy can't die. It can only be transformed. So just know that, Aries, that if anything is leaving or entering your life right now, especially with all these eclipses and these full moons and new moons happening in different areas of your life, for you, it's certain friendships, certain family members, certain groups, certain communities, you know, certain wishes and dreams that you have. You could be charging forward to certain dreams and wishes you have, certain pleasure, you know, and that's being transformed. So you want to be careful what you charge towards, because it could change at the last minute. So no wonder the universe is telling you to just find sanctuary right now. And that bit might be a little hard for an Aries, because you guys are the ram. You know, you're used to very ram-like. This card here is very much ram. You know, you guys are used to charging forward head first for things. And I love that about you guys, because you do it in a passionate way. Ooh, we have the Magician coming out for Aries. Very, very cool energy there. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Wands with the Queen of Swords, and your opposite sign, Libra, and the Queen of Cups with the Cancer card. So, okay, a lot of emotion here. Some of you could be very much dealing with a Cancer. So I have a few messages here. And there's something here. You guys have been emotionally battling something, I'm seeing. there's been a lot of confusion as well because of the changes taking place in your world. So, this right here, this right here is an emotional battle. Okay, and this guy here is very much focused on the things that he's lost. So some of you could be very sad on the inside, even though you put on these happy faces. You could be feeling really sad about some of the things that have tipped over, right? Remember that death card I was talking about? Well, what I was telling you is that whatever remains, whatever is reborn, right? So you lost 3 cups. This is a situation where you lost out emotionally, or you lost something. A relationship didn't work out, but you have such beautiful opportunities coming in for you, Aries. You really need to drop this black cloak, put on some really cool, you got to lighten up. This is horrible to see you like this, Aries, and turn around, because you have a beautiful opportunity still remaining behind you, and the universe is begging you to see it. So you don't want to cry too long over spilt milk like the Two of Swords was. And for some of you, I do see this as emotional, because the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Cups is very emotional. And she's coming out here with the Cancer card. So this has everything to do with victory, too. This could be emotional victory in a certain situation that has to do with either your emotional foundation or a Cancer. If you guys are dealing with a Cancer, or if you have Cancer energy, you're going to be victorious over this situation. But I'm being led to tell you that there's a strong need for you to tap into your emotions, Aries. A lot of energy is coming into your 12th house, and you're going to really need to express your emotions. You're going to really need to be passionate about that in order for your emotions to really pick up the pace, because the Chariot is all about fast movement. So here we have, again, fast movement coming in for Aries emotionally. These emotions, remember the 8 of Wands in the Moon card? This is the Moon again. This is that emotional energy coming in very quickly with the Cancer. This is cardinal emotion. You're the cardinal fire sign. So for as much fire as you're used to having, as much energy as you're used to having, you could expect that much in emotions too, to match that energy. So the Queen of Cups, very filled with emotion, but she's very emotionally intellectual. She's very emotionally stable. Her emotions are balanced out, just like this Cancer card. And this has everything to do with being mentally in control. If you take a closer look, there are no reins on these 2 figures down here, these 2 black and white figure. So this is about having control over your emotions mentally, Aries. Having control over your emotions mentally. So I'm seeing that a lot for you guys. And in order to have control over your emotions mentally, you really have to avoid anything that's making you feel like this. If there's something in your life that won't stop appearing, if it keeps making you feel like you're a cup that's knocked over and not a cup that's filled and happy and stable, it's really time for those things to exit your life, because there's a lot of emotion on the table here for you. And we know that Aries is a warrior. You're the emperor. And whatever you're battling, Aries, you've been battling it for a long time. And I do see this more so as a mental battle. And it's an emotional battle. And see, that can cause the body confusion when you're fighting in your mind but not in physical. The body knows when you're fighting physically, because you're literally using your body as adrenaline. But when you're fighting mentally, it confuses your body, because there's no actual physical outlet. So there is something here with finding a physical outlet as well. And look at this guy's head. The blindfold isn't over your eyes anymore. Now it's on your head because you're mentally wounded. So this is about taking your mental power back, which is probably why the Magician came out first, because this is a Mercury card. Mercury is in your 11th house right now. It's going to enter your 12th house of subconscious. So you're going to have a lot of mental power. A lot of mental power to tap in to these emotions, to use these emotions passionately and intellectually, and not be drowned by this energy, to not let your fires be put out, right? This is the King of Wands. So you're coming up as the King of Wands, Aries. If you're a male, this makes a lot of sense. Even for the female Aries watching, your masculine energy is coming out very strong. So here you are as this authority figure. This is kind of an Aries card. This is Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So, you're on your throne. You're very passionate and creative. And you're in control of those passions. You have your authority. You're a leader. This is you leading yourself, leading others very passionately. And I love here that we have a couple. We have the King of Wands with the Queen of Swords. Not many people know it, but this is a couple. Fire and air are opposites in the universe. And this is a king and a queen. So some of you might be with an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. And we have Libra on the table here. If you're with a Libra, I want you to know that Libra is your opposite sign, Aries. So you're coming up here. Some of you, this is coming up for an actual Libra, but this is also just justice and balance coming in all these situations. In all these situations where you feel like wounded and hurt and unfairly treated, you know, we can put these cards up right together because they're similar energies. This is feeling defeated and like there's nothing left, you know, but you're ready to fight again. You are ready to fight again. This card, this is the final battle card. It means that it's almost over, Aries. This is the 9 of Wands. You're almost at the 10 of Wands, right? So there is a heavy burden here in this reading that you're almost done lifting. And, you know, it might have caused you a lot of mental pain and a lot of mental confusion. But just listen to all the messages here, because you will gain victory over that emotionally. You will. A lot of these battles that you're going through are going to show themselves in your emotion. And you need to use Pisces season. Pisces season is the best time. You know, I know it looks a little bit like this. Pisces season can seem a little bit like this. A lot of confusion. So many cups to choose from. Which means you're feeling a lot of different things, Aries. This is a subconscious realm. And I want you to know that you guys are going to be here come February 18th. You guys are going to enter a subconscious realm just like this. Here you are, overwhelmed by all that you see. But you want to be careful what you bring back with you from this subconscious realm, because we have a lot of different opportunities here. But this card talks a lot about, you know, not everything's good for you. If you had to choose one of these cups to drink from, which one would you choose? One of them is filled with poison. You know, so you want to make sure you're really, really focusing this month on what's being offered to you, whether it's being offered to you subconsciously or consciously, because not every offer, not every gift is good. But just take a look. Some of them are very good. Some of them are celebration. Some of them are gold and jewels. Some of them are castles. Some of them are spiritual. But other of them are just a little creepy. You know, we have that lizard there and that snake to symbolize that some of these offers are going to be toxic. So when Aries is entering this subconscious realm, middle of February going into March, you're really going to need to tap in to this energy. And I'm seeing that you have a lot of options, Aries. You have a lot of mental options going on. So I definitely see mental confusion for you guys. You know, especially as this energy rolls into Pisces, you're going to be very mentally confused. But the Magician, you know, he has a lot of options, and he's a very strong Mercury energy. Look at his mental. It has this infinity symbol, right? So the mind is infinite, and you have an infinite power. You can choose a cup, you can choose a sword, you can choose wands, you can choose pentacles if you want. It depends. What is it that you want, Aries? Do you want something real? Do you want to feel emotion? Do you want something mental? Or do you want passion? Or do you want to be the Magician and just have it all? So I'm seeing here that Aries is very much coming into a time in their life where they are overwhelmed by options. And it's probably because your whole world is changing. But look what we have under the world. The Ace of Wands. And then after that, we have the Six of Wands. So this is a new beginning passionately, and you being acknowledged for this. Whatever accomplishments that whatever victories, especially those emotional victories that you are successful at, you know, come the end of February, beginning of March, you're going to be publicly recognized for all that you know, for yourself, Aries. This is you. This is literally a parade happening for you. Because it's almost your time. And then look at this other energy we have. We have all this wand energy for you. So you're actually going to take this Ace of Wands and now look at your horse. Now you're looking a lot more like yourself. having a lot of knights for you. So this is you taking passionate action towards your dreams, towards your goals, towards your wishes, towards love, towards your job, towards life. Take the Ace of Wands, Aries, because you are literally heading into such a time of victory. And this energy is gone. This eight of Swords, stuck mental energy, it's gone. This is my card for, see her feet? Every time I see this card, I know that she is mentally stuck and trapped because she isn't paying attention to the way that she feels. So you really, I can't stress this enough, Aries. Right now, the universe is pretty much forcing you to pay attention to what you emotionally feel. You can no longer hide how you feel, Aries. It's time to take the blindfold off. It's time to open up your heart and your mind, because look at all that's on the table for you. Remember those messages? Make sure you rewind this video and remember, I know that you've experienced a loss emotionally in your life. There's a lot emotionally that you still haven't dealt with, and you're feeling like you still have to battle emotions from the past, but you don't, because you're coming up as the King of Wands. Now we have the Queen of Wands, I'm sorry. Now we have the King and the Queen of Wands. So there's a definite union here on the table for you. If you guys are looking for love, it's definitely coming in a more spiritual way, though. You're going to have to keep a lookout for this love. And for those of you who are coupled, I see that it's a very passionate union. There could be a lot of financial struggles, fucking up your relationship, a lot of emotional problems, but don't pay attention to that, because there's more there than just that. And you have the World and the Wheel of Fortune. So no matter what, Aries, your entire life is on the table for change. This is all the change. The universe is changing. Your world around you is changing. Subconscious energy is changing. Everything's changing, Aries. And for you, it's all about waiting to see what it is that has came to fruition with you. And, this air and this fire opposition, it means, you want to communicate in a passionate way. Whether you're the King or the Queen of Wands, you're coming up and it's great. Like, this is so lovely to see it. It's lovely to see the Queen of Swords and the Justice card, because there's going to be justice over certain conversations, justice over certain communications with people, and just balance. Communication, balancing out. This has everything to do with your mental. So I love seeing you come from a very mentally confused position and ending in a place where you're very mentally balanced and very mentally peaceful. That's what this month is all about for you, is getting in touch with your emotions so that you can have a sound mentality. Getting in touch with your emotions, surrendering to those emotions because I feel that you've been really constipated emotionally. Like, you haven't really been honest about what you feel, but come Pisces season, you literally have to. You're going to literally have to communicate what it is that you feel unjust about, so that you can use these swords here to cut out anything in your life that is no longer serving you, any dead baggage, any heavy weight that you've been carrying around that is just painful and heavy. It's time to really cut that out of your life, and so that you can move towards a more balanced lifestyle. So these readings, I'm not used to reading for you guys so intuitively, but I'm really enjoying it because I do that better. So I'm going to just get a couple more messages for you, Aries, and then I also can't forget, so we have the Queen of Swords at the bottom, and we have these messages coming out now. So we have the King of Swords, the Two of Wands, and the Three of Cups, and the Queen of Swords at the bottom. So here we go again, you guys. We have the Queen and the King of Swords. So there is a union here. This doesn't have to be an air sign, but I do see that heavily. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. But this could be your energy. You guys could be taking on a very intellectual energy, right? Or some of you could be dealing with a Capricorn. Some of you could be using this, you could be setting yourself free from a very, very manipulative, chaining, karmic situation that has just left you feeling, very confused and guarded. And then we have this Empress card. So the love is coming in where Aries used to feel very left out in the cold. This is the Venus card. Venus is in, Aquarius right now. No, she's in Pisces. So Venus is in your 12th house. Venus is going to move into Aries in a month. Come next month, Venus will move into your sign. So the love is definitely coming. I wouldn't worry too much about feeling left out in the cold. It's really about just working with the people around you, you know, and really getting, this is a subconscious energy, okay? And I told you a lot of energy is coming up in your subconscious, and you really want to break free from any poisonous, toxic chains in your subconscious, whether they're people, places, or things. It's time to really utilize this Queen of Swords, King of Swords. Whether, no matter which one you are literally, you know, these people can be quite cold if you're not careful. So it might be time for you to really embody this intellectual, more so it's really time to communicate, Aries. Really time to communicate. And there's another decision coming up here. The Two of Wands with the world in your hands, right? So the Emperor card, your card, has the world in your hand as well. Aries, the world is always in your hands. You got to the first zodiac sign. So this is about a decision that you have to make. And it could be a decision that either has to do with your emotions, since we have the Three of Cups, or it might have something to do with your mentality, or something that you're thinking, something that you're, you know, something that's in your mind. It might be a mental decision, a mental, passionate decision about your life, about your world, about your future. And I see that you're going to be celebrating something because of that decision. Some of you are going to make an intellectual decision. Instead of being emotional, instead of making an emotional decision, you're going to make a decision based off of intellect, based off of, like, not common sense, but, you know, based off of your mental sanity. You could be cutting certain things out of your life and celebrating that. No longer taking part in third-party situations where you're not the only person, and, you know, you don't want to be involved with someone who's cheating on you, or, you know, sneaking around with other people. So I don't think that this is a third-party situation. I think this is more so a celebration for you. A celebration after you make a decision. So interesting there, Aries. Interesting there. Let me just see if I see anything else. You definitely want to be communicating about the decisions that you're having to make. And you want to communicate about what makes you happy, what makes you feel in a celebratory mood. You want to communicate about your emotions, because we have emotional communication here again. Especially if you're in a third-party situation, you want to communicate about how that makes you feel. You know, this could be, you know, we have a lot of Aquarius energy in February, so these could be friends of yours. This is you and two other friends, or three people in your life that are pretty emotionally connected to you. These are emotional connections that you've made with at least three people that you might want to communicate with, Aries. There's a lot on your mind. You're feeling a lot. Pisces Priestess knows that. And you're probably feeling all that and going through all that because of your world. It's changing, and you've reached some sort of passionate crossroads in your life. But I would embrace that, Aries, because that means that things are changing. So, oh, wow. Look who decides to show up. This began your reading and ended your reading. Aries, I would definitely look into this Page of Pentacles if I were you. There is new value coming in for you. It's time to make everything that you feel and everything that you think real. You don't have to just think about it. You don't have to just feel about it and reminisce. You can make it real. You can hold it. Whatever you want, whatever your heart wants, whether it be a person, a place, or a thing, you can hold it. It's real. It's very close. This is just a slow-moving energy because it's a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. But, you know, it's coming. And you're going to feel very, very new, like a new journey. I can't believe this Page of Pentacles just showed up for you again. It's time to communicate about the things, the newfound value that you have. You have completely changed. You know, you're coming up very strongly as a very grounded, intellectual person. You know, you kind of showed up as all of them. You showed up as the King of Wands, the King of Swords. I just saw a sneak peek of the King of Pentacles. You came up as the Queen of Cups. All the kings and queens. Of course, that energy will come out for you because you're very, you know, you're very strong like that. You're an emperor. So, I'm going to get some Indigo Angel deck for you. I don't know why, I'm just felt drawn to get out of this deck for Aries. So, let's have, this is a message for Aries for February 2018. Okay, so we had acceptance come out. Okay, bottom of the deck is you already know. So Aries, you already know what it is that you have to accept. There is a lot in your life, you know, when we're going through changes and we're going through transformations, the best thing that we can do is just accept. Acceptance is the key to life. I always say that. And we can't ignore this big full moon behind this woman. And it looks like Mercury as well. So there's a lot here about mental acceptance and also emotional acceptance. So there's different things that you all are being guided to accept mentally right now. And you're also being guided to accept them emotionally. You know, this woman looks peaceful. If there's anything that you've been resisting, if you've been resisting any change, if you've been holding on to any people, places, or things that you know passionately don't align with you anymore, Aries, it's really time to just accept and let go. This woman's crown chakra is being illuminated by this purity. So that tells me that, you know, it's very beneficial for Aries to really just, you know, allow their mind to experience mental peace, you know? Especially for those of you who've been really, really feeling mentally trapped or emotionally trapped. Just accept it, Aries. You already know. You already know that you need to accept certain things right now. So I'm going to get another card for you, Aries, from this deck. Now, this is going to reveal anything to you that is kind of hidden at the moment, okay? This is going to reveal something that's in the shadows for you. It's kind of a secret. So this is a secret that I would like to tell Aries through my tarot cards. What is it that Aries is not aware of? What is it that is hidden? This is the Wisdom of the House of Night deck, and this is the Indigo Angel deck. So let's reveal something that's hidden from Aries this month in February. What's a secret that Aries needs to know? Playful almost came out. So for some of you, there's a hidden energy of playful. But that card flipped back over. So that was meant for, we have a lot of jumping cards. So, okay, we have deceit coming out and a risk. So what's being hidden from you, Aries? I am a little concerned about seeing this deceit card. So some of you might want to be careful, okay? Because Spirit is telling me that there is a hidden deceit in your life. There could be some, just be careful, Aries. I don't want that to scare you, but just allow Spirit to kind of prepare you for this. If you're prepared, if you accept it, if you already know about the deceit, if you already accept the deceit, it can't hurt you. So just know that there are some energies in your life that aren't exactly on the up and up. They're not being very honest with you. They're hiding something from you. Something is being hidden from you, Aries. And, you know, if it's not you, if it's not the other person, then it could even be you doing the deceit. But I do feel that this is more so what's being hidden from you. And since we have the 38 card, that's 11 up there. And 11 to me means friends and groups. So you want to be careful about the friends that you're keeping around you, because there's someone in your life, there's a certain friend that's actually a foe. There are certain hidden enemies in your life, Aries. So please get your mental clear. Get your emotions grounded, because you need, look what's hidden from you. So it's very important that you are on your throne and that you are grounded and that you are embracing your power and your authority over these bullshit energies. Because there's either someone you work with, a friend, someone around you is not very honest. And then we have this risk card, this number 4. So this is taking a risk with your emotions, taking a risk with your emotional foundation. So some of you may make the decision to randomly move to a place, and that's going to involve, you know, you kind of risking your emotional foundation. You could be moving away from a comfortable situation, a person, place, or thing, and really jumping to different heights. So you might want to take a risk, Aries, even though there's deceit around you. Don't deceive yourself. You know, don't deceive yourself out of these risks that the universe is encouraging you to take. There's a certain risk that's being hidden from you. A risk that I do believe you should take. And, you know, I know jumping can be kind of scary, but you're the Fool card. The Fool card in tarot is a card where someone's just jumping off of a cliff. This is blind faith. You know, you might not have the answer yet. You might not have all the answers, but you might want to take a risk. What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose, Aries? Just take that leap. Whatever it is that you've been teeter-tottering about, oh, should I do this, should I not? Do it. Take the risk and jump. I know your emotions might be a little scattered and it might shake some things up, but I think this risk is what the universe needs you to take in order for things to really pop off. Take a risk to make this decision. Take a risk in your world. Take a risk and communicate with someone. Accept this risk you already know. Accept the deceit. Don't accept it and lay down, but accept it and move on. And you already know about this risk that you have to take. And you know what? At the bottom of the deck, we have success for you, Aries. So it really doesn't matter what you do with these situations. Just know that you're being congratulated for just being a strong individual. In everything that you've accomplished so far in life, emotionally and mentally and passionately and intellectually, you're very successful. You will have success for it. So I would definitely take a risk with this success card here, because you're going to jump right into a pile of money. You're going to jump right into a pile of success and victory and accomplishment. And I know as an Aries, you guys are all about that. So the universe is congratulating you already for the things that you try out, the new things that you know, for getting through certain things. You're being congratulated. And I would definitely accept that. And I think you already know what you're being congratulated for. And you already know. You already know what it is that you need to accept. So Aries, that is your reading for February. And I do hope that you enjoyed this kind of intuitive channeling. You know, this is definitely me at home in my own energy. I don't really like structure that much. Especially when it comes to spirituality, I love, you know, just kind of going with the flow, and I allowed spirit to just, you know, kind of tell me whatever they needed to tell you. And I just allowed my vessel and my voice to be, you know, used by the universe today. So I hope that this was relatable, and I hope that you enjoyed this. It was a little all over the place, but that's what happens when you're tapping into somebody's subconscious. All of you are feeling different things right now. So if you didn't really enjoy that kind of style of reading, I will be going back to a structure next month for Pisces season and for March. So, you know, I'm not going to continue to read like this. So if you didn't really enjoy that, I understand. And don't worry, just tune in next month for my March videos if you want a little bit more of a structure. So, okay, Aries, if any of you guys want personal readings, I do have my PayPal account below. And I just charge $10 for 30 minutes. And I offer $35 birth chart readings as well. So you can email me or hit me up on any social media listed below. And I'm always, you know, somewhere on the internet. So I will get back to you as soon as I can. You can email me anything you want. You can just leave me a comment below if you want. And I would love to talk to some of you Aries. Personally, I love Aries energy. You guys are the first house and I'm the last house. So that would be really cool. Something always happens powerfully with Aries and Pisces. So I would love that. And also thank you so much for viewing my videos so much and for liking my videos. You guys are the number one. Of course you are. You're always number one, Aries. So make sure you're staying on that throne. Hang on to that sword. Hang on to that pentacle. Hang on to that cup. Hang on to that wand. You are the magician this month, Aries, and you have so many different opportunities. Don't let that confuse you. Let it show you that you're blessed. Love you, Aries. I'll talk to you guys soon.